Welcome back, everyone. This is bnsfrailnut making another layout update for the North Metro Model Railroad Club here. Unfortunately, I was recording a few videos this past Saturday, which was our flea market at an open house. But the first one we had a little interruption throughout the video, so I had to restart it. And then when I was restarting it, the batteries died. So I'll see what footage I can recover from those two videos, but we will just start the new video over again here. So it's actually a couple days after the flea market, which first off, thank you everyone for showing up. If you did make it, it was a great success. So we had a lot of people show up to the club. A lot of people loved what we've done so far, so thank you for everyone showing up. So other than that, I'll kind of walk through and show you what we've done to get it ready for the open house that we had. So first things first, as you know, the track is connected as far as the mainline loops. One of the things I don't know we had in the last video is we just threw up some of this, I think it's that landscaping material, and we just did some mountains just to give people the perspective of what we're trying for. And what I mean by that is we're not going to have a backdrop really as far as down the middle of the tracks. So it's going to be a natural scenic barrier, and you can kind of see through the mountains like that. You'll be able to see up and over. So and you got to realize that on top of this, might be a little taller yet, but on top of all these things, you got another 4 to 6 inches of tree line. So that tree line now becomes up here. So it'll cover a lot more than just what you see here. So this was just a temporary mock-up, so it will most likely be torn down again and redone. So moving along here, I don't believe I had the Brainerd power plant really in the last video, but we have the track all laid down in here. All the way to the switchback for that track here. And then this is the street running scene. And then coming into the yard, and we ended up finishing up the Brainerd yard just before the show was done. So that was there. We didn't get all the fascia up obviously, but a majority of it went up to kind of give the impression of what we're going for. So some of the pieces may have to be heightened or lowered, but you kind of get the general idea. So one other thing too, we did actually knock out, a couple of the guys were able to get it going before the flea market, was the control system. I will make another video showing what components we use with the Tam Valley boards, and then the RC servos to throw the switches, but I'll try doing another video a little more in depth and actually maybe have one of the guys that knows all about the Tam Valley stuff kind of go through a demo on that. But this stuff is really cool. We can actually use the JMRI software, which is We Throttle for iPhones, or the engine driver for the Android phones, and that's a wireless controller, so it turns your smartphone into a throttle, and that was working great this weekend. So I'll kind of go into that more too. So carrying on, put up the big mountain and kind of cover staples. And this is not the depot, but that's actually the correct depot. That's up in Staples, that will be built, but this was just something for the kids to see while they're looking at the trains. I think we had typically on average probably anywhere from 50 to 75 people down here at any one given time. There's just lots of people walking around, kids loving it, trains going. I think at one point we had 6 to 8 trains actually operating on this thing, and every train on here has been about 40 cars long, 30 feet, and there was plenty of space in between, so it was nice to run them. We were also able to get some of the yard tracks into Staples, so you can actually see the 2 main lines, and then we got the 2 longest yard tracks in there too. So it comes around the nice big curve. and into the yard ladders here. So then this was the flip side of the scenery, so and then we pretty much didn't get a chance yet to do any of the Hinckley subs, so that still remains our next task to kind of tackle. And then this part didn't get the scenery either, but for the most part you get the general idea. This we were toying around just to get the general principle up there, but this is supposed to be the Becker power plant. The buildings will be taller, but there's a big coal pile out here, just to give a perspective. These tracks are, excuse me about that, wired, ready to go. So this actually, the loop works, and it worked very well throughout the show. And then all these switches, with the JMRI software, that wireless stuff like I was talking about a few minutes ago, it allows you to run the trains wirelessly, just like the Digitrax throttles do. And with the Digitrax, we are setting all these little Tam Valley deals here to throw the radio signals, so we can actually switch all the switches. You would punch in 506 on your controller and throw it or close it, and it takes no time to do it at all. Same with this, that's switch number 507. So we labeled all these for the crew members to, if they wanted to go and switch them from the controllers, they could, or their phones. You can also do that with the software. And everything worked flawlessly. So all the planning and prepping paid off, because we had no major issues with the layout running and anything like that. So we'll take this back around to where we started. We finished up the North Star terminal here, so decided it actually holds a nice 40 car or 36 car grain train in there along with some North Star cars, just to actually get it off the siding or the main lines. So who knew that would fit in there? Apparently it does. So, and then this little guy too, we've been in touch with the actual North Star rail service up here, and they have actually been supplying us dimensions for their walkways and stuff like that. So this was actually sent to one of our members, and this will be the scale model of this basically pedestrian bridge that crosses the North Star tracks in Coon Rapids, Minnesota. So just a little paper mock-up, but it does the deal. And then of course, just to add a little flavor, we threw some trees down too. So hey, we had scenery up. What can you blame us? 2 months or so and we have scenery up? I mean, come on. It's pretty good work. And then if we don't like it, we just throw it. So, and everything coming back here to where we started. So this here is going to be kind of a temporary setup for the terminal. I don't have it on at the moment, but it will actually show, you can actually program all the switches on here, so you could be sitting here or at the comfort of your own home, being dispatcher basically, controlling the trains. We'll be able to lock in with the servers and stuff like that, so it's going to be fun once it's all set up and ready to go. So, but other than that, we will try to do a few more updates with some of the Tam Valley stuff, some of the Digitrax stuff we're using. If you guys want, I can also do a couple comments or something like that if you want us to see how we did the Homosote Road spline and other kind of techniques we've been doing. So other than that, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys very soon.